The final whistle blew. Spain were world champions. And then the football world did something it rarely does. It stopped being polite. One by one, in studios, in mixed zones, on radio, and across social media on 3 continents, the legends, the managers, the pundits, and even the players who'd just been attacked started saying the quiet part out loud. And when you line up what they said about Argentina's conduct side by side, it stops sounding like a scatter of separate opinions and starts sounding like a verdict, a near unanimous one. So, forget what I think for a second. Let the witnesses talk, because the footballers just told you the truth about why Argentina's players are now facing World Cup bans, and it's brutal. Let me set the scene fast, because you probably watched it and you definitely felt it. Spain beat Argentina 1-0 in extra time to win the World Cup, and in the 90 seconds after the whistle, Argentina lost their heads. As Spain celebrated, Nahuel Molina appeared to strike Rodri. Leandro Paredes grabbed Eric Garcia by the throat and hauled Gavi to the ground. And the detail that turned a player's meltdown into a federation-level problem. Even Argentina's assistant coach, Roberto Ayala, was caught on camera with his hands at the neck of Spain's Dani Olmo. Then, most of the squad turned their backs as Spain lifted the trophy. Now, here's what the football world said about it. Start with a legend who's actually been there. Thierry Henry, a man who has played in World Cup finals himself, cut straight to the heart of it. Respect should never disappear. You can lose control for a split second, he said. He's been in that cauldron. He understands the emotion, but the respect can't vanish. And what you want is for the kids watching to remember the football, not the fighting. He called it disappointing. And crucially, he added that if FIFA's investigation reports are accurate, bans would not surprise him at all. Wayne Rooney was blunter with a 2-word command: ban them. His point was uncompromising. You have to set the standard now, because if you let players walk away thinking this is acceptable after a World Cup final, you've just told every team on earth this is how you behave when you lose. But Rooney, being Rooney, added the cynical part everyone was thinking, that we all know FIFA, and they'll probably find some clever solution that doesn't actually harm anyone. Then there was Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who reacted the only way Zlatan can. Watching Paredes go after Gavi, he said flatly that if he'd been on that pitch, he'd have headbutted Paredes and taken the red card himself, and then shamed Spain's players for just standing there watching their teammate get attacked. That's Zlatan being Zlatan, and you take it with a grin. But strip away the theater and the message is identical to everyone else's. What Paredes did was so far over the line that a Hall of Fame striker's instinct was to wade in swinging. Alan Shearer describing how Paredes threw 2 or 3 haymakers into someone's face. And Joe Hart summing up the whole disgrace in 2 words: disgusting behavior. And it wasn't only rivals and neutrals. Spain's own manager, Luis de la Fuente, spent part of his victory lap, days after winning the World Cup, condemning the losers rather than gloating, calling Argentina's conduct intolerable and unacceptable, pointedly noting it came from players of real caliber he'd been praising beforehand, and highlighting how his own side kept their composure in the face of the aggression. When the winning coach would rather talk about restraint than celebrate, the other team crossed a line. So, where does it land? The football world has spoken, and the message is close to unanimous. What Argentina did was indefensible. Bans for the worst offenders would be entirely deserved, and only a lone Spaniard had the grace to argue for mercy. Think about how lopsided that is. The winning coach condemned it, the legends condemned it, the pundits condemned it, the market condemned it, and the one person defending Argentina was a player they'd thrown to the ground. The one real question left, whether FIFA actually has the spine to punish its most marketable team, or whether it finds that clever little solution that harms no one. We've seen FIFA blink before. The tiny fine after Qatar is still fresh. The footballers revealed the truth about what happened. Now we find out if the people in charge are brave enough to act on it. So I will put it to you, Rooney and ban them hard, or Gavi and let it go with an in-game red. Tell me which side you're on down below. And the second FIFA's prosecutor hands down a ruling, I will break down every suspension the moment it's official. This one isn't over yet.